Hello, and this is three pieces of wisdom that I got while playing Rune Factory 5. So in other words, you say this is the wisdom of Rune Factory 5, or at least some of it. And so I'm going to start by just telling you what those three pieces of wisdom is, and after I tell you what the three pieces of wisdom are, I will elaborate on them. So, what wisdom does Rune Factory 5 share with us? Here are the three pieces of wisdom from Rune Factory 5. Number 1, what you put off today will get worse tomorrow. Number 2, patience is a virtue. Number 3, what at first seems monstrous or even scary may be nothing more than an illusion. Alright, so let's get into this. So, piece of wisdom number 1. What you put off today will get worse tomorrow. How does Rune Factory 5 show us this? Like, where did I get this from Factory 5? Well, here's where I saw it. When you're playing Rune Factory 5, you're taking care of your farms. Things appear and grow on your farm every day. You get weeds, you get boulders, you get the lumber logs. And so how I got this piece of wisdom, now I realize this through Rune Factory 5. And you know, you can get it through other games too. Like you can come to this realization through other games too. But how I got this specifically through Rune Factory 5 was, you know, sometimes you see like a farm in the morning, it has just a lot of stuff, and you're just anticipating something else while you're playing the game. You're trying to get to another character, you just want to get out to the dungeon, or you just want to be able to make a certain item, or you just want to explore and do something else. You don't feel like cutting all the lumber and all the boulders. You don't have to. You don't have to pick the weeds. You don't have to get everything in order. But if you don't, what happens is, you know, you leave it there, you leave it at your farm, you do whatever else you want to do, and then at the end of the game day, you go back to sleep, you wake up the next day, you go back out to your farm, the original mess from yesterday is still there, but now there's more logs, or there's more stumps, there's more weeds, and there's more boulders, and there's more twigs. And so that brings us to that realization. What you put off today will get worse tomorrow. So logically following, you should probably take care of stuff today, even if they seem annoying. And how does that translate to real life? Well, this kind of thing actually basically does happen in real life. You know, weeds grow. You know, things get messy and dirty. And here's the thing. You have to do something about it. Like, your house is getting messy, your apartment, your bedroom, whatever, it's getting messy, and it's getting messier every time you put it off, right? So every day the mess accumulates more and more and more, until suddenly the mess is so bad that it's actually impacting your life in a way that makes you suffer. Like, it actually starts to cause suffering because of how messy it's getting. Or if you never shower or do anything to clean yourself off, if you just wear the same clothes every single day, maybe you're in school or university, and you have an essay, you know, but you keep putting it off, you keep procrastinating, and you're getting closer and closer and closer to the deadline, or you could have worked on it 20 minutes a day for like the past week, and like finished it and just needed to edit it or something. You know, you put in like barely any time at all. And so this is the wisdom. What you put off today will get worse tomorrow. So that's number 1. Wisdom number 2, patience is a virtue. You hear this from a lot of different things, from a lot of different sources, and Rune Factory really shows you this. you can see this piece of wisdom shown through the game design, through the farming and the leveling up your skills and the accumulating wealth and resources. You know, when you plant your crops, they won't grow immediately. So, you know, you just have to be patient. You have to wait. You have to kind of multitask. You could say patience is a virtue. Also, multitasking can be good, or time management can be good, or something like that. But it comes down to patience is a virtue. It pays off when you can be patient. And if you're not patient, you keep spending all your money, you know, you're never going to be able to save up to renovate any of the buildings or to purchase any of the kitchen equipment or any of the crafting equipment. Or if you won't be patient, and you won't plant the seeds, you don't want to wait. It's actually going to make the game take longer. You're not going to be able to accumulate as many resources, as many funds. You're not going to get as strong, and it's actually going to end up taking longer because you weren't patient in the first place, right? And you see this in real life too. There's a lot of things where you have to be patient. If you're not patient, it can get you in trouble with people. Like if you're talking to someone, a friend or an interest, and you just, if you can't be patient, and even though you really want to talk to them, if you can't be patient, you're going to piss them off. You might make them not want to be your friend anymore. Or in another circumstance, food is delicious. Everybody loves to eat food. It tastes so good. And you could talk about like self-restraint, indulgence, and like temporary satisfactions and stuff like that. What it comes down to is actually, when it comes to managing your eating, it's actually a patience issue, because you don't have to restrict what you eat. You only have to restrict how much of it you eat and how often you eat it. So you can actually technically eat anything. Well, that's not 100% true. You should be eating healthier, right? But in terms of like obesity and a lot of health risks, just reducing the amount of stuff you eat can be beneficial. But the overall point isn't exact nutrition and health benefits. It's that you can actually eat more unhealthy stuff and in a healthier way if you can be patient, right? And if you're not patient, you're going to overeat. You're actually going to eat until you're sick. You're going to get queasy. You're going to throw up. You're going to gain too much weight. It's going to be bad for your body. You can even give yourself heart attacks and stuff. You can give yourself diabetes. And all you have to do is be patient and wait between meals. You just have to know how many calories did I eat. Did I eat 500 calories this meal? Am I going to eat 4 meals today? So, there's a lot of different ways patience is a virtue that's shown in Rune Factory 5 and in real life. So that's the second piece of wisdom for Rune Factory 5. And the last one I'm going to share in this video, even though there are more pieces of wisdom you get from Rune Factory 5, this is the third one and the final one I'm going to share. And it's, what at first seems monstrous or evil may be nothing more than an illusion. And Rune Factory 5 shows us this when you're fighting a lot of bosses, actually. And even just the mechanic where you can get monsters to join you and work on the farm with you. That's kind of how it is. I think the boss monsters that transform back into people after you defeat them more exemplify this better than anything. So for context, when you reach an end of many dungeons in Rune Factory games, you have to fight a really strong boss. It's a really epic monster. It's 3 times as big as all the other monsters, and it's got more powers, and it's stronger. But often, not all of the boss monsters, but a lot of the boss monsters, after you beat them, they actually transform into a person. And you find out you know, they just had a problem. They just transformed because they were defending something or they were corrupted or something. And so by defeating them, you turn them back into a person. So the piece of wisdom I take away from this is, even though they seemed like a monster at first, you know, once you calm them down and became more familiar with them, they turn back into a normal person. Like the illusion in your mind is dispelled. Like the monster is like the shadow of them. It's bigger, it's scarier, it's more unknown, it's less familiar. It seems like a threat. But then you defeat the monster and they turn back into a person. You know, you see through the illusion. You see it's just another person. You know, they can seem scary, they can be powerful, they can be dangerous, but when it comes down to it, they're just a person. And you know, this can be something that happens in real life. A lot of people throughout time have seen unfamiliar people as dangerous or threatening and even scary. People that are different from you or unknown from you, have often in history have been labeled as dangerous monsters to be attacked and defeated, because people are scared of them. They don't know them. You know, they're different from them. They have different beliefs. They wear different clothes. They look different. And also, this can also happen with animals. You know, people throughout history, they haven't encountered, you know, they didn't have a bunch of zoos or zoologists. They didn't have a bunch of biologists. So throughout history, people are encountering these different scary animals, or animals that seem very fearsome. You know, they'll see like a wolf and they'll be like, that thing's a monster. It tears things apart. Or they, like a mountain lion, especially, because a mountain lion scream like a woman. And so and they find a mountain lion, it's like a monster. You know, there's a lot of animals you find, you'd be like, wow, that is scary. That seems really scary, and they're really strong and powerful. Well, but nowadays, we got zoos, we got tigers and zoos, and they're like cats. They're just like little cats, just really, really big and dangerous and scary. And then, I mean, there are some animals that really are dangerous. You can't really tame them. But when it comes down to it, even when they're dangerous, you see that they're not like a constant scary monster threat. They're still just animals. So what at first seemed monstrous or evil may be nothing more than an illusion. And so that was my final piece of wisdom that I got from Rune Factory 5. And those are my 3 wisdoms of Rune Factory 5. Yeah, let me know what you think, and how I can improve this. This is like my 3rd time doing this. I've rehearsed this. I checked my mic and made sure everything's working. So if it still comes out bad on the audio end, I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. I'll just keep trying to make it better, as much better as I can. Anyway, thanks to anyone who watched this. Again, let me know what you think. Is there a way I can do the wisdom thing better? Etc., etc. Anyway, yeah, have fun gaming.